Small acts of kindness that are mostly domestic labor just add up to work at the end of the day. So here's a list of things that I don't do for my husband. You all know I don't do his laundry. He can do that himself. I do my laundry and we do the kids' laundry, but he does his own. I don't cook dinner. I've been with my husband for almost 20 years, but about 3 years ago, I was strongly considering divorce, and I want to talk to you about why. So I'm going to tell you the story of the day where I thought to myself, maybe I don't want to do this anymore.
What did I say about her prepping her exit plan by making sure that he takes care of himself and she's only taking care of herself and the kids? What grass is going to be greener on the other side? You're getting old and you have 4 kids. Yo, what up? By a show of hands, who has a thing for these insufferable bitchs who happen to also be a Karen? No one? Well, they're still getting married and putting all the fault of their marriages on their husband, or seem to always call their husband to defend them whenever they get their own damn selves in trouble. So some of y'all like them. I don't know what it is. I don't really mess around with these white girls. I'm not trying to get caught up with a charge or get murdered. Lord have mercy. The amount of stories that go off about this it's terrifying. I stay away from the vanilla cream pies, okay? Stay away. Where is my train of thought? Go ahead and leave the like if I'm already irritating you. You don't have to, but I greatly appreciate it. And go ahead and subscribe to your boy. That'd be awesome. Let's get into the video.
A few weeks ago, I said I don't do my husband's laundry, and a lot of people are saying, whoa, 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 those are small acts of kindness. Why wouldn't you want to do that for your partner? But here's the thing. Small acts of kindness that are mostly domestic labor just add up to work at the end of the day. So here's a list of things that I don't do for my husband. You all know I don't do his laundry. He can do that himself. I do my laundry and we do the kids' laundry, but he does his own. I don't cook dinner. He cooks dinner every single night. I do breakfast and lunch for us and our kids. I don't pack him a lunch. If he's hungry, he'll figure out what he's going to eat for lunch the same way that I do. I don't make his doctor's appointments because guess what? He's not making mine. Would it be kind of me to do that? For sure. Is it my job? Absolutely not. I want him to be healthy, but he's a grown-ass man and he can book his own appointments, right? There's a lot of things that I don't do for my husband. I don't schedule his haircuts. I don't pack his clothes for vacation. Right? I don't do those things. I don't buy him new underwear when it's got holes in it. All of those are things that he's a grown man and he can do himself. Can I do small acts of kindness for him? Of course I can. And I do. I see a vinyl that I think he's going to like because he's creating a vinyl collection. I buy it. I'm at the store and I see something that I think he might enjoy eating. I buy it. I find a new non-alcoholic beer that he wants to try out. I buy it. Right? Those are small acts of kindness. Doing his laundry, cooking him dinner, making him lunch, booking his doctor's appointments, all those things, that's domestic labor. Those are chores. Those are not acts of kindness. Do I do them occasionally when he's working a lot? Of course. Do I cook dinner sometimes when he's had a really long day? Of course. But me not doing that does not mean that I don't show him love or kindness. They're different things. It is not my job as a wife, it is not in my job description to do all the domestic labor as small acts of kindness to my partner and receive nothing in return. I agree with this commenter. If it's going both ways, fantastic. But oftentimes, domestic labor, especially when you have children, adds up. And so no, I am not my husband's personal secretary or his personal assistant. I am none of those things. I am his partner, I am his equal, and I do not have to do things to cater to him and serve him at all times to be kind and loving for him.
Okay, let's break down where all of this is stemming from, and that's her not doing her husband's laundry. That means when she grabs the hamper of dirty clothes, she individually picks out his underwear, his dress shirts, his socks. It's like buying a bag of Skittles and throwing out the green apple flavored one, because we all know that green one is like the worst tasting one. We could all agree on that, right? She doesn't know that she's creating more work for herself, having to toss away his clothes into another hamper. Now let's say that he has a hamper for himself, right? Okay, maybe that's the system, which personally I would think he's a bit of a cuck. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't want my clothes mixed in because I'd be losing socks all the time. So that system isn't as bad. The more I think about it, but you can't add that to the washer. His clothes to the washer. Like, is that actually extra work? Just throwing in another load. How much harder is that? I mean, really, how much harder is that? Maybe it can't fit the washer, so you just throw it in again when you take the washers out the wash, the clothes out the washer. I, what is this extra work? Where is it coming from? This woman is the textbook example of it's cheaper to keep her. Y'all ever heard that song? Highly recommend it. She's already prepping to abort the marriage and leave with the kids and take everything and all your stuff and just not even show a bit of gratitude for what you've done for her. Because look at what she's doing. She's already pushing her own husband out of the equation. He could handle himself. He's a grown man, right? But let me take care of myself and the kids. It's almost like she doesn't even appreciate what her husband does for her. She's acting like they're that he's a roommate. She's acting like those aren't even his own kids. That he did nothing to contribute. I would understand if he's a bum. Is he a bum or something? Is he an asshole? What what's going on? She says she does other acts of kindness that only involve a quick money transaction. But any actual heavy lifting, that's going too far. That's crazy. Isn't love supposed to be hard work? Isn't being in a committed relationship just an active decision to want to stay with your partner every day and work through everything and work through all the bad? Because I swear, I think people forget that relationships are like 50% happy moments, 10% bad, 40% just going through the motions, very neutral, just getting through the day, just just regular life stuff. She's avoiding that 40% like it's the plague. The domestic labor. Now there's another video that we're going to discuss of her uh going viral again for all the wrong reasons.
I have been with my husband for almost 20 years, but about 3 years ago, I was strongly considering divorce, and I want to talk to you about why. So I'm going to tell you the story of the day where I thought to myself, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. My husband and I had 4 kids. We both worked full time. We had been together for 16 years at this point. We've been together since high school. And on paper, I have an amazing husband. He is incredibly supportive. He's kind. He's loyal. He's a great dad. He's very hands on. He's an active participant. He's always present. Like on paper, what else could I ask for? But in reality, my experience is very similar to the experience of other women. I had this amazing husband who on paper was great, but I was incredibly frustrated and burnt out from our marriage and from motherhood.
Okay, let me stop right there real quick. What did I say? What did I say about her prepping her exit plan by making sure that he takes care of himself and she's only taking care of herself and the kids? Look at her, 16 years into marriage. She's already tapping out. What grass is going to be greener on the other side? You're getting old and you have 4 kids. What you're getting burnt out? So currently, this is woman math, right? This is woman math. It's hilarious. Check this out. Woman math is I'm feeling burnt out from motherhood and being a wife. Therefore, I will get a divorce. So instead of taking 50% of all of her responsibilities, instead of getting any help, she'd rather take 100% of the load that she currently has. Are you kidding me? Are, what what is the house already paid off or something? Like how does she feel so comfortable for to take on the whole load minus the husband? The husband being there is just as important, if not, I'm sorry, the husband being there is more important than the mom being there. And the men are usually, the stricter disciplinarians. And kids need that in their life. They need a nurturing mother and a strong-willed father who's going to let their kids know, "Hey, you can't do that ish because life isn't so kindly as I am. So you gonna get this butt whooping because I love you." And hopefully that keeps you from jail and off the stripper pole.
Because what happens to so many of us is that we marry these amazing men and we have amazing relationships and then we have kids. And when we have kids, women tend to carry a disproportionate amount of the work in the home, the work of raising kids, and the mental load. And that is exactly what happened to us. About 3 months after my fourth baby was born, I remember looking at my husband and saying, I need more. I need you to do more. I am exhausted. I am in charge of everyone and everything in this house. Every night when we cook dinner, you ask me what to make. Every day when you drop off the kids at daycare, you ask me what they need in their backpacks. I am the project manager of this home and I need you to do more. And he looked at me and he said, okay, just tell me what to do. Right? Every woman has heard this. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And I said, okay, something that would make my life easier is if in the mornings when I came downstairs with the 4 kids, because I do mornings by myself, the dishwasher was emptied, the dishes were put away, and the trash was taken out. That would make my life so much easier because when I've got the 4 kids running around and the baby crying, I can't be looking for their favorite water bottle in the dishwasher. I just need to know it's clean. And he said, yeah, of course. What? Yeah, I'll do that. That's no problem. And so, of course, he does it. But then I have to remind him, and then he forgets, and then I have to remind him again. And there was this one morning where I woke up and I went to put something in the trash and it was overflowing. And I went to get my son's water bottle and it was in the dishwasher with all the other clean dishes. And I felt so disrespected and unseen and unvalued at that point in time. And I remember texting my husband being like, what happened? Like, why didn't you do this? And he said, sorry, I was running late for work. And I remember thinking, oh my God, he doesn't see me because what he's done has now made me late for work. And he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about the impact on me. And he doesn't see how every single thing in our home happens because I ask him to do it, or because I do it myself, or because I planned and organized it. The diaper bag is full because I filled it, right? I put the wipes in there. And I felt so frustrated. And I remember thinking, what's the point? What's the point of doing this with someone else? I might as well just do it alone. And it's not because my husband didn't love me or he did anything to me. And it's not because I didn't love him, but because I felt so taken advantage of in our relationship. And this dynamic, it doesn't happen by accident, right? It's not like my husband did it to me, but we've been
Taken advantage of. Sweetheart, this is your husband who you've been with at that point for 16 years. You feel like you're being used? Is he not contributing anything? You know what's funny? And this is so funny. And she just mentioned this, how she doesn't feel seen, right? She doesn't feel uh heard. She feels disrespected. Meanwhile, she's curating a following on the internet by talking ish about her husband. I am not hearing her defend him at all. I'm hearing her say, he's not a bad guy. He's just, he doesn't care about me or my feelings or what's important to me, and he doesn't listen to me, and he makes me feel invisible. He makes me feel unseen. He makes me feel like he doesn't respect me at all. I feel used. I feel used. He's abusing me. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Oh, but he's a great guy on paper, right? He's just evil. He's just kind of a bit evil and an asshole. That is what she's saying. Are you guys hearing this?